My name is Tom, and I started Yousoft in about 2008, and we are a bespoke software agency. We build bespoke platforms across mobile environments, so Android, iPhone, and on the web. We offer a kind of bespoke service for companies to come to us and outsource their technology needs or to adopt one of our platforms for use in their business. So one of the first companies that we got involved with was a Workspace tenant. They were called Red Group, and we got involved with them at the very, very early stages of the development of a product called VPAR. So VPAR is a golf scoring system originally designed for tournaments and professional and amateur tournaments with 50 to 300 golfers, and then later on became a kind of consumer product in the app stores on Android and iPhone. So I met them at the very, very beginning of that process when they were just kind of discovering that the product themselves. It was almost a kind of by chance thing that it happened. And they'd had some work done by a South African software agency, which didn't go very well. And I met them and took on the development of the platform and later on all of the products. I ended up becoming CTO of their company, which is quite a rare thing for me. And until sort of recently, we provided all of the technology outsourcing for their business. We've taken them through to several rounds of funding and now onto Series A funding. And we're starting to help them kind of build their own technology team. But it's been a sort of 4 or 5 year journey with them to create a big app platform addressing both corporate users and consumers. Hundreds of thousands of users, many tournaments, many golfers, and a very fast-growing product. So that's been great fun to work on. One of the challenging things for small companies or even large companies to go into a technical space is really the variety of skills that are required and the maintenance of those skills over time. Even whether it's iPhone development or Android development or web development, the actual skill bases that you're using for those are evolving so quickly. So both for us as a service company, but also our duty to our clients and the development of their platforms is to really make sure that you're cutting edge. You need to make sure that the technology is scalable, that it's written in a language that is not going to disappear once their business gets to a certain size. And that's a very challenging thing to do because you have to evolve it and you have to, sometimes you have to change it. You have to realize that the technology is changing and you've got to change with it. If you don't do that, you can be left behind, both in terms of recruiting developers, and as I say again, that happens both to us as a service provider, but also to the companies that we're working with. So technology choice and staying with it, staying fresh is absolutely critical to what these companies are trying to do. Yeah. Well, we get a lot of people who come to us who are very early stage. So they are pre-funding, they are any kind of revenue sometimes, and they have an idea they're trying to develop, and quite often they're non-technical, but they're trying to develop a technical idea. So that happens a lot. We get someone who comes to us and they have an idea and they say, "Can you help me? How do I start this business? How do I develop the technology? How do I get funding? All this kind of thing." And quite often the first thing that we're doing is really helping someone to write a specification for their business, what we would call a functional specification. But essentially what you're doing is you're trying to help them write an investment proposal, something that has weight to it, that has technical kind of strategy and sort of meat and potatoes, so they can actually go out and then explain to someone, this is what I'm going to do, this is how much it's going to cost, this is the kind of funding that I need. So that we often take on a kind of strategic role in helping them to get that understood, and it doesn't always happen pre-funding. That might be happening after they've got the initial round of funding and they've got out there and got a business going, but now they're trying to really scale it up and grow. So it happens at all stages. Even companies that are 4 or 5 years old and have been going for a while suddenly do the same thing. So.